Hi there, my name is Kevin. I'm a keen kind of winter climbing and alpine climber, mixed climber and stuff. I'm also a mountaineering instructor and my company's called Rise and Summit. Today I'm going to show you guys how to sharpen the picks on an ice axe. So several things we're looking at. So we're looking at the curvature here, the kind of the beveled edge, the sharp edge there, and the teeth. The front needs to be sharp to be able to penetrate the ice when we're climbing ice. Then we've got the teeth at the bottom. When we're climbing ice, kind of need to kind of bite into the ice and sit into the ice. And if we're doing any kind of mixed climbing, we need to make sure that we've got a nice flat kind of edge to the front. So you can see here on the pick here, the front's worn down quite a lot, so we're going to need to do some work on that. So I've got examples of 3 climbing axes. So we've got the Quarks, which I tend to use. That's my personal preference. I tend to use up to kind of grade 4 Scottish winter climbing. Then I've got some Nomics. You can see the Nomics here, and I tend to use these for kind of winter Scottish winter grades 5 and above. And the same with these, with the fusions, the Black Diamond fusions. Really beautiful axe. Haven't used it yet, but we'll obviously give it a go this season. As you can see on this axe, you can see at the front, you can see that flat edge that we really kind of need, especially when we're doing mixed climbing, because you want that to be able to sit on a nice edge without any teeth getting in the way when you stick it on an edge. As the point on the Nomics have worn down, you can see that if you put on a small edge, you can see the tooth at the front kind of engaging, but you can see that first tooth wants to engage. So I'll just show you what I mean. And you can see the point on the Nomic, that front point engages, and as soon as you lift it down a bit, that secondary point engages, the secondary tooth engages, and then lifts off that point, and then what tends to happen is you kind of skid off. So what we want to do is, like on the picks, on the fusions, is have a long flat edge. So we're going to have to be grinding away that tooth, which gives you a lot more kind of play, safe play. So the tools that we're going to need today to sharpen the pick on an ice axe is a flat file, like this one, and a kind of round file to sharpen some of the teeth on the pick. So when sharpening the pick on an ice axe, I like to remove the pick and put the pick in a vise. It keeps the pick nice and sturdy and gives it kind of a better finish, as opposed to kind of doing it whilst holding it, because there's always a bit of movement. So you're going to stick the pick in the vise. First we're going to work on the bevel edge and the sharp edge of the front. So we get the flat file, and we're just trying to recreate that kind of beveled edge at the front and then sharpen the bit at the front. So I'll start with the front, just try and work one way. turn them around to the other side. You can now see we've got the beveled edge, we've got the sharp point at the front, and now because the pick has had quite a lot of wear, I'm going to file away the first and the second tooth, and that gives me a nice flat edge at the front if I want to do some kind of little bit of mixed climbing with these. So, and I'm just going one way. The reason we're using a flat file and using a hand file is to create less heat. Because as soon as we create heat, then we change the nature of the steel, and by doing so, we may change its properties, meaning that next time we go climbing, it might just break. There we go. That's more like it. So you can see, if you look at it from the side, you can see that cuts in quite deep, and then you've got a nice sharp point for the tip of your axe to kind of sit on. So now we've done beveled edge, we've done that. Now we kind of do the teeth and try and sharpen the teeth. So we get the round file, and we just kind of go in between. We don't have to massively sharpen these because it's just the front four. I tend to do the front four teeth. They're the ones that kind of, the more important ones that sit in the ice. You can sharpen this way as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, so these don't have to be massively sharp. The sharper they are, so the sharper these points are, the harder they sit in the ice, but also the harder it is to remove them. So you want to have a kind of a balance between how sharp they are and how well shaped they are. So you can see that's a massive improvement. I'll just show you what. So that's what it should look like. That's what it should look like. And this is what it did look like. So you can compare the two. So you can also sharpen the axes when the pick's completely kind of attached to the handle. So with the Nomics here, you've got the kind of the weight on there. So all I need to do is take the weight off. That's the weight's really there to stop the axe from, one, completely penetrating the ice, but also to give it some extra weight to swing your axe, to give your axe that extra bit of weight to kind of penetrate the ice. So I'll just show you how to do. So you've got the axe, that weight's been taken off. Put it in as close as you can. The pick sticking out there, so you can see a little bit of pick sticking out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tooth out. I'm going to continue that all the way down. I need to sharpen the bit at the front and get that beveled edge going here. So I'm going to start with the bit at the front. You can see that I'm moving the file just one way. Now sharpen the end. Turn that around. Now, front sharp, it's nice and beveled on both sides, and now I'm going to take that tooth off, but I want to make sure that I'm going at the same angle as that bit at the front. Just give it a tricky part to do. Notice here that I'm just using just one file. What you can do is you can use a stronger, rougher file to take most of the tooth off, and then just do the last bit with a fine one. The trick when using a file is to try and stay as straight as possible, and it's really hard to not start doing that, which means you won't get a flat edge. You'll get a rounded edge. So what we want is to try and recreate a nice flat edge as possible. More. And just take the edges off, just gently. Now just try and get that tooth straight. Now we've done that, so we've done front bit nice and sharp, we've done the bevel edge, done the flat bit here, so now just get in between these teeth here, and I tend to do the first kind of 4, so we'll start with the first one. Second one. So I've done in between the teeth, and now I'll just sharpen these with the flat file. The other side. Now you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 first front teeth, nice and sharp. You've got the edge of the front nice and sharp, a nice bevel, and this straight edge here for when you go and mix climbing. You're climbing really hard, you're doing a lot of stine pulls, or you kind of doing potentially some torquing where the top of the axe is going to be touching the rock. You want to make sure that the teeth at the top are nice and sharp as well. So you can, these fairly sharp, might just sharpen them just a little bit, but personally I don't climb that hard, so I don't tend to worry. But if you're doing any kind of dry tooling or super hard mixed climbing, then it's always worth making sure that these are nice and sharp.